You may recall a while back, we installed the Cascade 3000 on the Dometic 310. But when we did that, we had to modify the toilet to make it work. We have now discovered that the 320, the elongated version, along with the Eco Nova, makes a perfect pairing. This is rare because in the bidet seat world, most bidet seats take up too much space in the back or have water heaters that can be damaged by water being turned on and off. For this reason, a lot of manufacturers don't even warranty a bidet seat if you are lucky enough to get it to fit in an RV setting. The Eco Nova is warranted in an RV setting, so it's also a great option for that reason. Stay tuned and we'll walk through the entire process of installing the Eco Nova in your RV. My name is Daniel Johnson. I'm the owner and founder of ManyBidets.com, where you can get expert advice on all things bidets. So while there's no modification to the toilet, the water supply in an RV toilet is different than a standard home toilet. So the standard T-connector that comes with the Eco Nova won't work on this toilet. For that reason, you will have to purchase a 1/2, 1/2, 1/2 inch T. This is the only additional item you'll need to purchase. We'll have a link to this T in the description, or you can reach out to our support team as well and we can tell you where to get it. We're gonna start with turning off the water supply, and then we're going to drain the water that's currently in the bowl. And once that's done, we can now safely disconnect the water supply without a lot of water coming out. Now we'll still get a little bit, and we'll want to just dab that with a towel or something to keep water from collecting in the bathroom, but it will be pretty minimal. Super minimal. Now that we've got that disconnected, our 1/2, 1/2, 1/2 T, make sure that there's the washer here so that you don't run into any leaking issues. And make sure, of course, that you don't lose the washer in the water supply line. And now we connect the water supply line. Now, because we're on a set, the toilet seat's already gone, but in your RV, you will need to take the existing toilet seat off. And once that's done, you'll want to install these top mounting sleeves. You can try just pushing it through or reaching from the bottom and pulling it. Or we found that if you put the screw in the top and give it a little push, it goes in pretty easy as well. Once this is done, you're going to lay these washers flat on top. And you're going to take the mounting plate and the mounting brackets and put those on next. Now, one thing you want to make sure as you're doing this is that the ridges go up. So if you install it like this is incorrect. This is correct. So we're going to go ahead and put this right here. Put this one right here. You also want to make sure that this mounting bracket is as far forward as it can be, but that these washers are not getting caught on this lip. So we're going to go ahead and just set this so that the washers are under the mounting bracket from the very start. And now we can see that this bracket is as far forward as possible. We want the bracket as centered as possible as well. Next, we're going to slide the seat into the plate. You're going to notice that this button is going to push in and then push out as it snaps in. You can hear it click as well. And we're set to go. You can give it a little pull. You can feel that it is, in fact, on there nice and tight. The button is no longer pressed in. That's a good sign. If you need to take it off at any point, you press in and pull out. Let's go ahead and connect the hose next. We're going to connect the hose to the T on one end And then we're going to connect the hose with the clamp on this side. Now, the next generation of the EcoNova is going to be a screw-on, so it's going to be a lot easier to connect, but this generation does use the clamp, and this is how the clamp aspect of the seat works. Now we turn on the water supply, and we check for leaks. Might feel a little bit cold. Cold does not necessarily equate to wet. Feels like we're good from a leak standpoint, so that's great. The only thing left to do is connect it to power. So when we plug it in, you can hear some water leaking. It's not actually leaking, it's running its first self-cleaning as part of the boot up process. Don't let that alarm you. That just means that everything is working as intended. So now we're going to take the remote and we're going to remove the battery cover. This remote does come with the coin battery. The larger side is going to be facing out. The smaller side that has the little bumps on it is going to be facing down. So you see these clips? You want to push these two down first and then the last one, and it snaps right into place. Now all we have to do is take this cover and put it back on. It's about 1/8 of a turn, so you can see these two little dots on the back of the remote. That's as much as you're going to need to turn it to latch that cover back on. Now the remote is a radio frequency remote, which is fantastic for an RV bathroom because it means in a small space, the seat and the remote are going to communicate perfectly. However, in order for that to happen, the two need to be paired together. By default, they should automatically be paired before you run the install. But if for any reason it's not, you can pair it pretty easily all on your own. Once the battery's in the remote, just hold the stop button for about 5 seconds. And you'll know when that time's elapsed because the lights up at the top are going to blink red. Once that's done, simply unplug the seat, wait a couple seconds and plug it back in. The lights will turn red and hold, and that means that your pairing is now complete. So now to test the unit, we're simply going to lift the lid, and a lot of people will make the mistake of being like, I hear the seat beeping, but it's not doing anything. The reason for that is that the seat has a seat sensor. So that seat sensor needs to be activated in order for the seat to work. You know you've activated the seat sensor because you can hear the seat kick into ready for use. You see some water dripping, that's the self-cleaning running, and that's giving you a good indication that you've successfully covered the seat sensor. And now that I can start a wash. I see that it works, I lift my hand up, the seat sensor is no longer active, so it turns itself off, and I know that I have a working EcoNova ready for our next road trip. So now that you've seen how to install this, you might be excited to get one in your own RV for your next road trip. That's easy to do. Just look in the description, you'll find a link to the Mini Bidets website where you can go and purchase it, as well as get any input on questions or concerns you might have along the way. You can also comment on this video with those questions and concerns so that we can address them for you and others and help everyone out in one go. And as always, remember, when you purchase from minibidets.com, you get lifetime support from the most knowledgeable bidet experts in the space. Thanks so much for watching, and happy RVing.
minibidets.com, where we sell mini bidets, not mini bidets.